for the Brazilian fish stew. Pretty much it's a lot of simple stuff. What you got is an Instant Pot. There's a recipe for it without the Instant Pot. Just need like a big Dutch oven. But for the most part, we're going to use the Instant Pot. And some of the ingredients you have, the ingredients you have is got two different type of bell peppers. You're going to have onion, lime, half a can of crushed tomatoes. You also going to have coconut milk, garlic, and most important, you're going to have the 1 pound of shrimp and also 1 pound of cod. So pretty much I'm going to start doing the prep work, and when we come back, I'm going to start cooking on the Instant Pot. So there you go. Okay, so we're ready now to put in our ingredients. So we got the Instant Pot on because it's already hot. So what I'm going to do is pour in about maybe 2 tablespoons of, well, I got avocado oil, but you could use any type of oil. And what we're going to do is, get that over here. We're going to go over here, get our bell pepper, which I diced up. And you want to kind of have large chunks. And also, I diced up the onion. So all we're going to do is just put it in. And also just kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm also going to take whenever I put any kind of vegetables in, I like to put in about a little bit of salt so it can absorb it. And just take some salt. Put this in. And just stir it. So we're going to let this cook for 5 minutes. And in 5 minutes we're going to come right back. But before we go, I just want to show you the seasonings I got. So we got all the seasonings, which include half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika. Not regular paprika, but smoked if you can find it. If you can't, just use regular paprika. I said 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, but what I like to use, since we got the smoked paprika, I use chipotle, kind of add more spicy smokiness to it. So I use a half a teaspoon of that with a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper. So we're going to let this cook down for about 5 minutes, then we go come right back. Okay, so we're finished, been about 5 minutes. The onions have kind of got glazed over. So what we're going to do is add our garlic and let that cook for about 30 seconds. And just so it will not burn. And while that's cooking, what we're going to do is put this over here, 1 cup of chicken broth. Now, if you can find seafood broth or seafood stock, that'd be better. But for right now, I'm just going to use about a cup of chicken broth.
We should have had that seafood.
Yeah, well, I can't find it anywhere. And also, this is a key point. What I like to do is just turn off the saute, because we're done sauteing now. So kind of cut it off, and then we're going to pour in the chicken stock. And what you want to do is just kind of scrape at the bottom, make sure nothing is sticking. So, because the key thing about the Instant Pot is not get the burn notice. And that could mess up the whole cooking process. So we kind of want to scrape at it. And also what I like to do is kind of let it sit for about 5 minutes, kind of let it cool down a little bit. That seems to prevent the burn nose from appearing. And the reason why I keep on mentioning burn nose, almost like starch, tomatoes can cause burn nose. So it's a process in which we're going to do this. Right now, we kind of mix this in all pretty good. And I'm going to add in my seasonings.
Let's see, those are the seasonings that you showed us before, right?
Yep.
Okay. So that's that black pepper, cumin, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, and chipotle. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
And just kind of mix it all in. Get it good and mixed.
Smells good.
Yeah, it smells very good. So,
hey, Nicole.
Now, what we're planning to do is, we got people on?
Yeah, we have 2 watching right now.
Oh, cool. So we kind of mix that all together. Now, this is what you kind of need to do with the Instant Pot. Again, to prevent the burn notice. We're going to put in the coconut milk, but we're not going to stir. We're just going to put it on top.
I'm going to put it on top of the mix.
Yep, on top of the mix.
Okay.
Just put that on top. Got messy. Next, we got about 2 cups of crushed, not bell pepper, but crushed tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Again, just pour it on top evenly. Kind of make it go everywhere. But do not stir.
Do not stir it.
Yep. Because you kind of want to just have that sit on top. When you put on the lid for the Instant Pot, put that on. When you put the lid on and start the cooking process, everything's going to get mixed in, but the thing is the crushed tomatoes would not be sitting at the bottom and could cause a burn notice. So what we're going to do is kind of put this on. We'll put this on for 10 minutes. And again, with Instant Pot, it's going to take at least 10 to 12 minutes to rise before the 10-minute counter go off. So really about 20 minutes before it's fully cooked. So we just go put that in.
So the pot is off right now.
Yes, off right now. And what I'm going to do is put on pressure.
Okay.
And we'll set to 10 minutes.
Tanisha, we're making a Brazilian fish dish. It's a fish soup, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're making a fish soup, and we're going to put that, we're actually going to put the recipe out after we make it. So we'll post it along with the picture when the product is finished.
So we got 10 minutes, really 20 minutes before this portion is done. What I'm going to do now is cook the rice and also clean the fish and shrimp. So that give me enough time to do that, hopefully. And hopefully we could be done before Leslie go to bed.
We're trying to beat Leslie to bed. Thank you for joining us too, Tanisha and Nicole. We appreciate that.
We will be back.
We'll be back shortly.
Probably about 30 minutes.
Okay, so what did you just do again?
I just set the timer to 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. The pressure cooker started, and just going to take about 10 minutes for it to build up pressure, and another 10 minutes to cook.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hey, Kayla, thank you for joining us. We'll be right back, guys.
Okay, so we're 10 minutes have passed. We did natural release, or we're about to. So what you want to do, come up here to Instant Pot and just press the button. You kind of want to step back because it's going to get a lot of steam coming out. So this is all the steam left from the pressure. And what we're going to do is just kind of let all the steam out.
So what did you do? You just press that latch back?
Yep. And we're just waiting for this silver valve to go all the way down.
All the way down.
Yep.
Okay. So that's a natural release, you say?
Yeah. Yes,
okay. And you mentioned earlier about the burn. You don't want it to burn or to keep it from burning. So if our dish does actually burn, or if we get a burn notice, should we be alarmed about that?
With this dish, I would say you write it out. Because I found that once you get burn notice, when I first got an Instant Pot, first instinct is to just stop everything and release it and scrape at the bottom. Some cases you don't have to do that. You could just let the burn notice continue. After a couple minutes, it will continue with the cooking process. And I'll just say let it kind of run out, get over the burn notice. In most cases, this is possible. Some cases it doesn't. But with this dish, I have seen that before where you just let it ride out, let it continue, and we'll actually continue with the cooking process.
I do see where that little silver knob is all the way down.
Yep.
So if we do get a burn notice and our dish is burning, what could we do?
The only thing you could do is just stop the cooking process and scrape the bottom, then start over again. At least with the cooking, building up the pressure. And let's see. So right now you notice it's still kind of real, not that thick. And what we're gonna do now is just turn this on to saute mode. And let me hit cancel. Just saute. Put it down to 10 minutes. And what we're going to do is let this cook for 10 minutes so it could thicken up. Then after that, we could add in the fish for another 5 minutes, and we'd be done.
We're going to add the fish and the shrimp, right?
Yep, fish and shrimp in 5 minutes. So all we're doing right now is sauteing for 10 minutes so the liquid could get a little more thick. And then we go add in all our protein, the fish.
Excellent.
Okay, so if you look over here, the cooking process has actually ended. We did about 10 minutes. As soon as the cooking process ends, what you see right now is a count up, because what we're doing is doing a natural release of the pressure. So with Instant Pots, they always say that it's good to do natural release. And what we're going to do, we're going to do that for about 10 minutes. So we're going to let this count up to 10 minutes, and then we're going to release the pressure. That kind of allow the food to, the liquid to marinate together, kind of continue the cooking process. So while that's continuing, what we're going to do over here is cut up the cod.
Okay, so that natural release that you're talking about, what on top of
Yep,
here?
and I will talk about that once
when we get there?
Yep.
Okay,
so
I just need to follow you.
Yeah,
okay.
Right, exactly. So what we're going to do is cut the cod. So we probably want to cut it about an inch thick.
Hey, Cheryl!
And what we're going to do is just cut the cod in big chunks, because you want to have big pieces to eat off of. And let me cut off the strand.
It's smelling good. It's smelling good.
And again, this is about 1 pound of cod. And we're going to mix this in with the pound of shrimp that I already cleaned. So just put it over here.
Okay, so that's a shrimp there.
Yep.
And you said you cleaned it.
Yep. So with the debone, it was already deboned, and I removed the shells.
Okay.
Add that here. Then what we're going to do is add about, I guess this is 3 cloves of garlic. So just add that in.
So more garlic.
Yep, more garlic. I know you don't like that.
No.
Yeah, but it's good. And probably about, this is a little bit more than half a teaspoon, but half a teaspoon of salt and pepper.
Okay.
And just kind of mix it all in. Then, just want to toss it up real good.
Okay.
And again, we just going to let this sit. I'm going to actually put it in the refrigerator and let the natural release continue for about another 5 minutes, and we continue with our cooking.
So how long are you going to keep it in the refrigerator?
For 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
You're not listening to me. 5 minutes.
Well, that's why you cook, and I don't.
Okay, so I think it's less than 10 minutes, but if you notice from well, you won't see no timer here, but if you notice from up here, it's kind of boiled down real good. It's a little more thick. So at this point, I just kind of decided to go ahead and put the shrimp and cod and let that cook for about 5 minutes.
It smells good. And you said it's thickened up.
Yep, it's thick enough.
Okay.
And we just pour everything in. Okay, get all the shrimp.
It smells so good.
And let's see, let's kind of stir it. So we're going to let this saute again for about 5 minutes, and we're pretty much done.
Oh, really?
And let's see, what time is it? 8:56. So
You're almost making Leslie's time. Almost.
Almost.
And what we forgot to mention earlier is that you can put your rice on. If you decide to have rice, you can put your rice on anytime you want. You could have rice from earlier. But because I've had like 2 or 3 glasses of wine, I forgot to mention that earlier about the rice. But
She is lit.
I am lit. But if you don't want to have rice with this dish, you don't have to. We had baguette bread with it before, and it was pretty good. It's a soup, so you could also have any type of bread with it if you wanted to, and not necessarily have to have rice with it. But our finished product will be with rice this evening. So how long before we'll be back again?
5 minutes.
Okay, so we're going to let this cook for another 5 minutes, and we'll be right back.
Okay, so we're pretty much done cooking now. If you can see, the shrimp has turned kind of pink. And also the cod. If you notice, cod kind of broke up, that's normal. But you got big chunks of cod still in here. And all we're going to do is take 2 lime, or 1 lime, I should say, cut it in half, and just squeeze it into the dish.
What is this little device that you have here?
It's a citrus squeezer.
A citrus squeezer.
Yeah, I got gadgets for everything. So we got...
So you're going to squeeze both, you're going to half the lime.
Half lime, yep.
Okay.
And just squeeze it in.
And squeeze it in, okay.
Got that. And also put about maybe a tablespoon of oil.
Some more oil.
Yeah, just finish it off.
And how much? You said a tablespoon?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Not too much.
Doing it by the eye.
Yeah, just by eye. Yep.
Okay.
So nothing more than a tablespoon. Okay. And kind of just stir it real good. Get a big spoon or a ladle and scoop out.
Okay, and what we didn't mention before is if you don't want to use the cod, you're more than welcome to use any type of white fish. Or if you want to, you could just have all shrimp. So 2 pounds? You said 2 pounds, babe?
Yeah, 2 pounds of shrimp if you don't have any cod, or, really any type of white fish that's thick you want to use. But if you don't have anything like that, 2 pounds of shrimp is good enough.
Yeah, I think I would be good with the shrimp too, but I love that the fish is in it.
And then get some more gravy.
Okay.
You need more gravy? Are you good?
I'm good.
And because she don't like cilantro.
I do not like cilantro. He
it.
does have cilantro. He's going to put cilantro on his. I don't like the taste of cilantro. So.
And that's it. That's the Brazilian fish stew. It's called something Moqueca or something like that. I have no idea.
Moqueca. It's called Moqueca.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to
and I'm going to, I already post the recipe out there, but I'm going to take a picture of it and post the recipe again. But like our boy, our dude, Lagasse says.
Oh, yeah.
BAM! So that is that dish. And it smells delightful and delicious.
Turn it off so we can eat.